wonderful people, lovely viewers. Welcome to fun time and experience sharing on our videos. Captain Amoah is my name, and from the Aviation Maestro Multimedia Studios. Well, we are going to share a bit of experiences. I have so many questions coming in from time to time, and somebody wants to know, what do you do as a first-time flyer? Your first time that you are coming on board an aircraft to whichever destination you are going to. We'll make it very simple because I have an extensive video on what we call the facilitation process. What happens between the time you arrive at the airport to the time you are met at the destination on the other side. I have a separate video on that called facilitation. So we are just going to go down to the nitty-gritties. The nitty-gritties are two things. Please, whenever you buy your ticket or whenever you get your reservation code, watch the check-in time. They always write beside it the time that you are supposed to check in. Normally they give a 2-hour window to departure. So all I will say, for the first time, since you are not familiar with facilitation and stuff like that, please, I will advise you the first time that if they say the check-in time is 9 o'clock for a 12 o'clock departure, let's say a 9 a.m. check-in time for a 12 o'clock departure, in truth, you can go through all the formalities under 1 hour, but it doesn't mean that you should be at the airport at 10:30 or 11. So what I will say is, for the first time, be there at 9 o'clock, okay? And just follow through the facilitation. Trust me, it's not an exam. So if you don't understand any part of the facilitation, please ask, simple and short. But come at 9 o'clock or whatever time has been indicated, the earliest time. Please be there at that time and just follow through the facilitation. Like I said, there's a facilitation video, a separate video for that. So what I'll say is that be there at the check-in time. Now, on board, nothing much to do. After all, you are not the pilot. But a few salient things that you have to notice that when you are seated around the emergency, something they call the emergency exits. Now, airlines have a policy where they negotiate with passengers sitting on that position because the emergency doors are there. So they negotiate with the passenger. Look, in a very likely event of an emergency, please, can you assist me evacuate the rest of the passengers in this particular cabin area? So they are going to teach you how to open the doors and, you know, how to get everybody out within 90 seconds. I mean, assisting the flight attendant. It's not compulsory. But our advice, first-time flyers, please decline. All you do is you ask the flight attendant to be reseated because you cannot assist. Then all you do is you just reseat you. End of story. Please, let's make matters very, very simple because that job really requires experience. After you've flown for a long time, you just get to read what you call the safety cards, and at least you can psych yourself up. But not the first time, please. Not the first time. So the first time, don't be polite. Just ask to be reseated. And once you are on your seat, they will show you where the seatbelt sign is. If the seatbelt sign says fasten your seatbelts, do so. If you are also, let's say you are airborne, you are in cruise and you want to use the washroom or something, yes, you can release your seatbelt, go to the washroom, come back. But anytime you are sitting down and even the seatbelt sign is off, please just fasten your seatbelts because we have what we call unforecasted turbulence. Other things you will hear, then just follow through. Here again, once you come on board the aircraft, follow through because you'll be hearing all sorts of sounds on takeoff. If you've not seen the takeoff before, engine sounds here and there, a bit of buffeting here and there. Sometimes it depends on wherever you are taking off from. And just follow through. It's the first time. What can I do? I cannot give you notes. I cannot give you lecture pamphlets on what to do, but just follow through. And you realize that as and when you're on your second flight, your third flight, everything now begins to make sense. You see your flight attendants doing what we call safety demonstrations before takeoff. Just follow through. It's nothing complicated. Showing you where the exits are in terms of an emergency and how to use your oxygen mask and things like that. Captains will be making announcements here and there. Just follow through. All I can say is follow through, follow through, follow through. And you realize that with other flights that come after, you'll be fine. You get to understand why we do this, why we do that. And obviously, when you also view my facilitation video, everything will now be put together. So first-time flyers, nothing wrong with that. Report at the airport on time or the time that you're supposed to, the earliest time on your ticket. Follow through the facilitation process. If you are in doubt, please ask any of the airport staff and you'll be assisted. Okay, come on board the aircraft. First thing, please, if you were seated at the emergency exits, ask to be reseated. Sit at your new seat and follow through all the instructions, the seatbelt signs. Listen to the announcements. If you are not sure, call any of the flight attendants. They'll show you what to do. Ignore all the noise you hear, depending on which aircraft you are on. If you're on turbo propeller aircraft, the engine sounds are very different on takeoff and landing. and other things. When you're about to land, you hear something from the under part of the aircraft, so all sorts of noise. Just follow through. Catch me on my next video, and we'll be talking more about some aviation experiences. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because we are here with more bangers. Peace and love to you.